I remember my dad saying the Chinese language is 5,000 years old and there's literally no word for what you do in Chinese.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up? I love what I do. I want to be able to do it as long as I can, whether that's in 10 years or 20 years. I want to learn from the people who are pushing the boundaries of wellness. I use being out in nature to center myself, but if I don't have those opportunities and I'm traveling, I just do a simple meditation practice on the spot. That always helps ground me in a way that's really helpful for managing stress. I'm able to observe an awareness of my awareness. It's kind of a detached sense. I'm really the most unlikely candidate to be a filmmaker, a photographer, or a professional climber. I grew up in this Midwestern town and, I was the only Asian kid around, and I had a fairly strict upbringing. My parents were, Chinese immigrants, and, there was really only a few career paths. You could be a doctor or a lawyer or a professor, which was, as I grew older, the furthest thing from what I would want to do. I still remember that first time, I was climbing in Joshua Tree National Park and sitting next to the campfire and thinking, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to climb. And I became a dirtbag climber and ski bum. I found all of these people and friends that lived on the fringe of society and had chosen a very different life. It made a lot of sense to me, but it made no sense to my parents. Right now, there are some incredible people who are disrupting perceptions of who's a runner, a climber, and an athlete in general. Like Latoya Shante Snell, an ultra runner who's breaking conventions of what strength and fitness look like. According to a recent Vox study, 84% of people don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to health.
I've completed over 200 races, 5 ultra marathons, and the longest distance is 100K. My goal is to become a half Ironman, hopefully in the next 5 years. Most times for me, the runner's high comes from a runner's suck. So when I'm going through these moments where I'm just like, I can't do this, I don't want to do this anymore. When is it going to be over? I'm looking at my Fitbit. I have about 5 more miles on here, but I still have 5 more miles on here. I start to just give myself grace. I start to loosen up my shoulders a little bit. I get into that stride. I start to open up. I focus on my breath. It becomes almost like a mantra. Running is not intimidating. The people are intimidating. Being told constantly that you're not a runner because you do not have a runner's body, that you are promoting obesity just for existing, just for thriving in this body. It is the ability to challenge yourself, to be your greatest at that very moment. That's wellness to me. Not this idea that it has to be tied to weight loss or the body mass index that is completely outdated, or that it has to be tied to somebody else's perception of you. It could be for your mental well-being. It could be the way that you finally get in some type of time for you. Maybe it is the opportunity for you to be able to connect with other people. That is wellness to me. My Fitbit keeps me honest. I'm able to look back at these metrics over weeks, months to see how am I progressing over time. Are there any type of tweaks that I want to make to my training? My Fitbit tells me everything that I need to know to go out for the next adventure. Don't look at it as I have to have it right the first time. There's nothing wrong with shifting around a goal. There's nothing wrong with your goal not matching everyone else's. Just try it. The courage to try is the ability to do magnificent things.
I feel really fortunate that I found something that I just love doing and would be doing whether I was getting paid to do it or not. Because I love climbing, it's great for my mental health. In fact, for nearly half of people, exercise is crucial to stress relief. But if you're not enjoying the physical activity you're getting, you don't have the motivation to get out there and do it. Places like Vital Climbing Gym are using non-traditional classes to make fitness more accessible and fun.
Fitness just doesn't have to be about running. It can really just be anything that you find enjoyment in, and it just be really fun for you. Really remember the first time I stepped into Vital, just the energy I got from this place, the sense of community. We offer climbing clinics, we offer bouldering 101, we offer technique classes, we have yoga, we have aerial silks. Vital is definitely not your traditional gym. It's also a space that really teaches you how to carve your own path for yourself. In high school, I was actually big into weightlifting, and I think I kind of burned myself out with that, so I kind of don't really touch the weights too often. Climbing is more stimulating and a lot more enjoyable for me. It's really good for my mental health. Wellness is not just about physical health. It involves asking yourself questions like, am I happy? Am I enjoying this? How do I feel about myself?
And action. Wow, that looks great. I think being a director on location, you have to have a lot of focus. There's a lot of variables that you're managing and endless questions that you have to answer for your crew, for the talent. You know, just thinking about the stakes at hand and thinking about the potential outcomes of an endeavor like that, you know, can keep you up at night. Sleep is so critical for overall well-being and wellness. I function a lot better when I get, you know, a good amount of sleep. A Vox study found that 87% of people say quality sleep is important, but only 48% report getting quality sleep. So we're turning to an expert who can help us learn how to hack our sleep schedules and improve our rest.
Your brain is highly active while you're asleep.
Jacqueline Toomey is a sleep expert whose organization is helping first responders get the quality sleep they need.
I am a firm believer that sleep is not just a pillar of health, but it is actually the foundation of health. So in the beginning of the class, I share information that spreads awareness on the importance of sleep. And then we address culture. What is our perception of sleep in our greater culture? Do we value it? Do we disregard it? Who here has heard or said, "I'll sleep when I'm dead"? Yeah? I teach tools that are evidence-based. So these are body, breath, and awareness tools. Lift the chest, the chin, take a deep breath in, feel the chest opening.
I'm actually at the busiest house on my department, and we can get up anywhere from 2, 3 to 6 times at night, and we're there for 48 hours at a time. We are under a lot of stress when we're at work. Trying to decompress and go to bed after that can be pretty tough.
One thing that I look for when I'm tracking my sleep is how much time I've spent in REM, which is rapid eye movement and also known as dream sleep, and delta or slow wave sleep. And so you can create a sleep profile and set goals for yourself so that you're getting adequate time in your deep sleep and REM.
I already checked my daily readiness score this morning, but since I'm about to go climbing, I just want to look at my recommended active zone minutes. There's this moment when you're out in the mountains or out in the ocean climbing, skiing, or surfing, when everything else falls away and is what I consider wellness, like that moment where everything feels transcendent. I'm a very unlikely professional high-altitude ski mountaineer or climber. I think that just goes to show anybody who wants to try something that might not necessarily be the mold that they were put into, but that they can do it.